Blinding. Yeah, got me. Yeah, got me. All right, let's get right to it. These days been going by fast. All right, turn this on. What's going on, y'all? Let me turn this down real quick. I gotta get in my series bag. Now, this episode will be a little different. All right, y'all, welcome back. We are at episode, oh my gosh, 70 now. It's gotta be 70. It's gotta be episode 70 now. Damn, I can't believe I still ain't been canceled yet. I'm doing something wrong. Y'all gotta help me out with topics and suggestions. But anyway, if y'all don't know me, I'm Aaron Terrence. This is Dissect the Dialogue, episode 70. Back at it again with hot topics. Now, this week's been kind of very hectic because of the fact that, people still are entertained by the bullshit that goes on. I get it. People are easily entertained. It's almost like, P.T. Barnum's philosophy of the circus. A sucker's born every minute. So you're going to have to let fools be fools. They're always going to be there. It's inevitable. There's always going to be somebody that's entertained by the fuckery in a sense. I don't know did I say too much? Whatever. It's not going to mean anything when it's on YouTube. But, if you've been on Iraq, apparently mugshot came out with Donald Trump supposedly arrested. That's been a huge thing that's been going on. To be honest, I think the only time there's ever been a time where a white man's been sweated for, letting his nuts saying, not caring about the powers that be, it's probably Trump. He's a guy that's in those rooms telling everybody what the real shit is. Especially when you get to a certain age, then it's really bad. But you know what I'm also noticing too? Is that you still have black people still kind of not really on Trump's side for some odd reason, even though, you can go back to the 90s when rappers were just constantly name dropping him. Over back and forth on TV shows. People were actually making songs about him. Then all of a sudden, he programmed us to think that we're supposed to hate this guy. Because he's the person that shows you his ugly face. He doesn't shy away from, what he says, how he thinks, how he acts. And most people didn't like that. That's why they try to, not literally, but try to castrate him on a public platform. But he's Donald Trump. I don't think he really have, what are you going to take from him? The businessman like he is, he's known to get out of any sort of pickle. But that's what this country's afraid. They don't want people that's about their business in politics because they know how to play that game. Whereas they can get some random person off the street that was an errand boy of some sort to be president. Because nowadays, it's kind of like when we were kids and we were seeing how, we all strive to be something greater when we get out of school. We all have a passion. We all have this. We all have this, that, and the third. Now that's becoming a big, what's the word? I would say an overstatement because you have to do the bare minimum to even become a president. Meanwhile, they got people that's struggling to make ends meet. It's hard to find jobs, but you got people that, don't really do their job getting high tier jobs. I talked about this before, but that's not what the main focus is. The main focus is that despite all this, despite all what's going on, you still got people that think Trump shouldn't be good for office, but still rooting for Biden. Black people rooting for Biden. But if they really knew what Biden did, would they still vote for him? Like, you do know that he was responsible for the 94 crime bill, which was another tool mechanism to destroy the black family by taking dads out of the house, by giving them petty crimes, by giving them maximum sentences. You do know he was a part of that. But because he's with Kamala or he was Barack Obama's vice president, the blinders, no one really sees that. They're sipping the Democratic Kool-Aid too much. They're stuck on a plantation. They don't get it. But that's not. I'm getting to my gist. Give me a moment. I gotta charge my phone. The main gist that I want to get is these same people that's rooting for this man still they don't really have any brain cells to function like to do other things. Like, for example, a lot of our people in our community still want to participate and partake in being athletes, entertainers, other such. But at the same token, we hate being critiqued as such. We hate being stereotyped in a sense. I posted something on my IG, right? I think it was like the third, fourth video of, like, Rodeo Drive, one of the malls being robbed. And hate to say it, it's people that look like me. Now, I already told you my stance on what I think about that, what they do, the mafia didn't do. I get it. But the mafia also had some code of ethics. Like, they wanted to, yeah, they did their dirt, but they wanted to do something. They wanted to put the money in different places. Like, they had auto shops, they had restaurants, churches, things of that nature, their own banks, things like that. So yeah, they did their dirt, but they also had stuff to put their money in because they knew how to work the system in a sense. People don't understand, like, first of all, America was born, raised, nurtured on blood money. Most of the money and wealth accumulated in this country, in this country's history, has been on the bloodshed of the misfortunate. We all know this. From slavery to war to all types of genocide, trafficking, you can name it. We all, the people before us made money somewhere. Why haven't we figured it out? Like, you know why? Because we're all trying to do the same, few, whatever professions that usually make us become either broke, dumb, depressed, or in jail. Why is there not any great thinkers no more? Back in the days, we had scientists, builders, authors, writers, creators, people that wanted to make the world a better place, make a difference, make a change, be an impact, be someone that people can find if they read, find in different institutions, and actually find these people looking for somewhere, not finding out which celebrity got their BBL done, or which celebrity that they're cheating on with, or their nails, who did their nails, or what kind of car they got. Like, it's stupid. And it's always us. It's like we're so far behind because we put our energy into frivolous things. I'm not gonna tell you my person, but girlfriend, I got a car. I got a new car recently. Nice, real nice car, luxury type car. I'm not gonna say what it is, but I was coming back from somewhere. I don't forget where I was coming back, and I came to the gas station. Right, I was going to the gas station. He was playing music, some sort, and I noticed that saw two like dudes. I don't know if they were the same age or they were. Let's just say they were close to my age. Let's just say that. Their car was a little, I say rugged, probably smelled like weed, to be honest. And I don't know, like it's almost like they had a look as to like, am I about to get sticked up? Like, is this like a stick up right now, in a sense? Because, and another thing I noticed this too, we're the only people that want to compete against one another. We don't know how to work with each other, but we like promoting destruction, you know, idiocracy, and just pure ignorance. So the main topic for tonight is: do black people promote degeneracy? Do they? I mean, don't get me wrong, we're the creators of many things. We so far the original people. I get it. I know my history very well. But what happened along the lines where culture became this? I like this is another thing too, because I might be going all over the place tonight. But there was a woman that, and I know I can't show any videos here because I might get banned, whatever. But I saw a woman that was going into some tea and baba place, and it was I think it was Indonesians that were running it, and it was a black woman saying, "Is this a black owned business?" Like, no, but she was saying, "Oh, you're appropriating black culture because your name is called uh, Track Tea." Now, if I'm not mistaken, but just let me let me get re-educated if I know what trap is. A trap is mostly a house or any sort of area where drugs is being dished out, shipped, carried out, or a trap house, if that's it. So basically, she equated black culture as drug dealing, criminality, etc., etc. But do we even know what culture is? Because I see that word being thrown out a lot. Let me break down what a culture is. Now, it says culture is the arts and others manifestations of human intellectual achievement regarding collectivity. Another meaning, it says the customs, arts, social institutions, and achievements of a particular nation, people, or other social groups. What about trap? The trap is equivalent to black achievement. What about drug dealing? Is like, hey, that's a win for us. We're poisoning our people. We're poisoning our young minds. What about that is a round of applause? Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Another thing I saw, again, like I mentioned, I see black people like me looting stores and robbing, sagging pants. I see that. And I also see, people defending wearing bonnets and do rags. I think my mom was telling one of my relatives that, they shouldn't wear a do rag in certain places. And his response was, "Oh, why you care what white people think?" So I just gotta understand. And this is where I kind of get confused with the whole degeneracy thing. First of all, for those that don't, again, I gotta break down exactly what these words mean, and then I'll get back to my story, just so we can get on task. So, degeneracy is the state of improper or properly of being degenerate. Degenerate means having lost the physical, mental, or moral qualities considered normal and desirable, lacking some properly order or distinctness of structure previously usually present. Uh, Basically, your mind's kind of corrupt. It's It's everything that's not moral. You basically, your mind is wrapped around negative thinking or negative instincts, negative mindset. It's basically degeneracy. So when my mom was saying to my relative, you shouldn't wear your do rag in public, and it's like, oh, you care about what white people think. What about? And this is another thing that always rubbed me the wrong way. Why do we always put things that is considered the right things to do? Very educated, um, being well dressed, eating healthy, a respected human being, you know, carry a person that carries himself in a certain presence. When did that all become white shit? Because I think because of that thinking, that's the reason why we're so far gone as far as like being a community. Because we always make stuff that's impact positive, that's helpful, that's empowering white shit. My girlfriend, she's vegan. I remember the first time she told me the first time when she started to become vegan and she was around her family. Her whole family like kind of roasted her because she was saying like how some foods make her feel a certain way. When she eats this, she may get sick or things like that. And they were telling her like basically oh, you on that white people diet and shit. Whatever they were saying, just saying white people shit. Oh, you eating like this? Like, okay, so I have to have high blood pressure. I have to have cankles. I have to have diabetes, type 2, type 3, type A, type B in order to eat. Wait, so now eating black is a thing? You're going to take my black card away because I eat a food a certain way? Because I don't like hot sauce. I'm not saying I do, but I don't like hot sauce on some food because I don't like a lot of seasoning on certain food because I don't eat a lot of fried shit. All of a sudden, it's like we coin black shit, and I think that's when words can be spells too. Because I remember seeing in Malcolm X, right? If y'all remember the scene of Malcolm X when he was in prison, and the guy Baines was telling him how to read the dictionary, and he was showing him the definition of black. And every time he read the meanings of black, it was like things that were very negative, like a lot of bad shit, like a lot of bad things was associated with black. Then when he looked at white, everything positive was white. So I know y'all hear me say black people a lot, but it's like so conditioned in my head that it's like it's hard for me to like not say. So I may have my moments where I say it a lot, but I don't mean to. It's just I'm trying to get it out. I'm trying. Y'all got to pardon me. But it's like, have we been brainwashed to? Have we been brainwashed to think wrong, like negatively of ourselves? Because everything that we like, every time that I think about things that is considered a black thing to do, or was considered, oh, you ain't this, that ain't real black stuff because you don't do this, it's always negative. Everything. Everything is always considered negative. If you don't wear Jordans, you're not black. If only if you don't just listen to rap or you listen to, and that's another thing too. Like for someone that like tries to listen to every genre of music, I still get ridiculed for liking that. But I guarantee you, if a white person likes a little bit of rap or does an electric slide or like a half-ass two-step, you invite them to a cookout. That's what I mean. And that's another thing. Are we too welcoming as well? Are we too open with our culture in a sense? Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes it's okay to show people different sides of your culture and like different games, different I guess rituals, if you say, like just different things that you grew up on and you showcase to other people. But why every time when black people want to delegate, what type of culture you need to have, it's always to their own, in a sense. Oh, you don't play spades, even though no one, even though no one teaches anybody how to play spades, just to figure it out. That's the problem with us. I think we're like the figure it out type of people. We don't know how to teach nobody. We think yelling and screaming expects people to learn. Uh, we always like to try to think we're holier than now because we have bad history. So we think we're justified to doing whatever. You know, we always try to pacify the people that's doing bad, but always ridicule the people that want to do good. Like the people that want to break generational curses in black families are always shunned upon. Meanwhile, the pedophiles and murderers are always given a pass. But then again, they love reading their Bible too, and that's another thing too. How come our strongest institutions is church and I don't know bingo halls? Meanwhile, other races' strongest institutions, stores, banks, hospitals, what else? Schools, you know, libraries. Shit, there ain't no library, but I bet you there's a club in every black neighborhood. I bet you there's a strip club, a nightclub in every black neighborhood, though. That's what I mean. It's always negativity. So we can sit around and try to blame, white people because we don't have this. If you could have enough money to buy Hellcats and, you know, all these different designer shirts and clothes and shoes, you mean to tell me you don't have enough to lease a building and start a business there? It's all smoke and mirrors. It's all just excuses. It's all excuses, and people can call me whatever you want. Oh well, you just don't know the. Listen, I'm unlike most people that try to say they grew up in the hood. I know about Jim Crow and redlining and black codes and all these things that perpetuated us from gaining some sort of wealth and resources and establishing a legacy. I get it. I get it. I understand. But I mean, what's stopping you from doing it now? I mean, there's many different ways to make money. You don't have to make money just rapping, playing ball, or selling dope. That shit is dead. Scamming, because now everybody want to scam now. That shit is dead. And people say, "Oh well, yeah, it's too much to learn." You learn how to scam. You learn how to take an old lady's personal information. It took you forever. See, it wasn't when you sold your first ounce or your first eighth. It wasn't easy, but you learned, right? That's what I mean. We always try to promote the negativity. We never want to uplift and make a change because it's just how we grew up. And another thing, this whole get it out the mud mentality. Where I never did understand it because if you're gonna get out the mud, isn't the point of you getting out of the mud is not staying in there? I ain't never seen somebody wearing a clean suit trying to step in shit willingly, using like shit as cologne. That's basically most black people in our community. They want to be all fresh and clean. Like you could be a lawyer, but you got to rep a set. What? Doesn't make any sense. That's like, yeah, fuck cancer, but I'm smoking cigarettes. Doesn't make any sense. That's basically where we're at now. And when is it gonna end? It has to be a point where we need to come together and reevaluate our thinking pattern, what we need to do as a people, and just go about it like that. That's what we need to do because right now I'm seeing a lot of people saying stuff but not putting any action into it a lot of times. And it's kind of getting a little annoying, if I'm honest. It's almost like you can't even even like with like I just looked this up in Texas. There's what they said like a 4.1 billion dollar development plan, like in like downtown Houston for land. but nobody has money. $4.1 billion. Nobody has enough money to get land. That's what I mean. It's just excuses after excuses. Like soon, eventually, they're gonna run out. The excuses is gonna run out. Like you can't keep on going with this narrative. Oh, we don't have enough to start nothing. Yes, you do. You had enough to get that house and that car that you couldn't afford for, or those shoes, or that watch, you know, or that belt that dudes like showing each other, which is weird in my head. I mean, I ain't trying to name drop nobody. I mean, like, when is it end? But hey, I'm just sipping my tea. It's none of my business. But hey, there goes the show for you. But that's all I have to say about that. Like I said, I wasn't trying to go too long. Like I said, I've been very busy, as y'all know. But like I said, we got to do better. We gotta learn how to work together, stop competing against one another, and go about it like that. But like I said, thank y'all for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe on my YouTube. Like I said, I'm on Amazon, Spotify, Apple, all that. Y'all know where I'm at. Subscribe to that. If you're not new, continue to share, continue to comment, hashtag all that. Patreon getting up there. iHeart coming soon. Thank y'all for supporting me. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for letting me be me. And till next time, I'm gone. Peace.